morning to all. I wish you all have a good week. So let us start with a warm welcome to you to our weekly Communities of Practice Sunday check-in section for half an hour of Dharma reflection and community connections. So if you are a new member of our community, please accept our wholehearted warm welcome to you. We also welcome any questions if you have any regarding to the practice and topics, and we love to help. So this is customary for people in Australia to begin any meeting by acknowledging the traditional owner of our land. I would like to start today by acknowledging the Tarawa people as the traditional owners of the land on which Nan Tien Institute resides. I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all are, and I pay my respects to the elders in the past, present, and emerging. So the check-in sections have been developed by our Communities of Practice team and the entire community. The purpose of these sections is to develop a reflective practice in response to changes, guided by humanistic Buddhism. We would love to cultivate our practice and to build memorable friendships. Last week, Mr. Joey Yo guided us with practical tools to explore the 4 R's of daily practice on review. And today, we are blessed to have him again to facilitate us on the second R, which is the routine. Let us humbly welcome Mr. Joey Yo on today's topic.
Thanks, Joyce, and thanks, everyone. Auspicious greetings to all. We're continuing with the second R of this 4-part series on daily practice, and that is routines. Before that, let's settle and check in with our mental space. Spend a couple of seconds to position ourselves comfortably and gently close our eyes. Give another couple of seconds to scan through your body from the top to the bottom. If there are any areas that are tense, just breathe in and out to relax that portion. As we ease the tensions around our body, let's also ease the tensions in our mental space. Let's assess our intrinsic nature and allow this wholesome nature to flow throughout us. As this wholesome nature fills us, let's exhale and project this wholesomeness across all worlds of the 10 directions. Our worldview depends strongly on such habitual moment-to-moment projections, and it's thus important to constantly monitor and review our worldviews as part of our daily routines. Whenever you are ready, gently open your eyes. Last week, we collectively review our daily practice. This week, we attempt to reflect on the importance of routines and seek some guidance from Venerable Master Xing Yun on the concept of wholesome routines that could help our daily practice. In the book Holding True to the Original Intents of the Buddha, and in subchapter 2.3, Venerable Master Xing Yun provided some highlights on the daily routines of the Buddha through extracts from various sutras. I'd like to share 2 quotes from the text, which I hope will be useful to guide our personal and collective reflection. 1. While washing up, Buddha also intoned prayers. For example, when washing one's face, as I cleanse my face with water, I wish for all living beings to find purity and never be tainted. When brushing one's teeth, as I chew on the tooth stick, I wish for all living beings to tame and purify their minds and eliminate all afflictions. These prayers serve the purpose of reminding spiritual practitioners to always pray and remain aware. Second quote, they also aid through the procedure of alms begging, while being mindful of the 5 meal contemplations, which are also commonly seen in contemporary monastery dining halls. Bhikkhus of Buddha's time similarly followed these eating procedures. For our reference, the 5 contemplations are as follows. To contemplate the source of this food and develop gratefulness. To think about our own morality and conduct in receiving the offering, whether sufficient or not. To guard one's mind against faults, greed in particular. To regard this food as the medicine to cure our weakening body. To accept this food in order to make accomplishments with our spiritual cultivation. By using these examples of Buddha's daily routines, Venerable Master Xing Yun is probably sending us a message that daily practice and cultivation is not just ring-fencing a specific time or duration for meditation, prayers, and sutra recitation. These are still important, which we'll explore next week. But for now, the above quotes point to us the importance of embedding daily practice into everything we do, in washing our faces, in brushing our teeth, in eating, in driving, in walking, and even just before sleeping. These quotes give us confidence that despite our busy modern schedule, we can still maximize our opportunities for practice, which ultimately means to establish a deep and broad awareness beyond oneself in our every moment thinking, words, and actions. Like what the Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh shared, the greatest miracle is not walking on water or flying in the air. The greatest miracle is walking on earth. Walk as if our feet is kissing the earth every moment. Each step is only possible because of the body transforming food into energy together with the oxygen in the air. Food and oxygen link us to the rest of the world, all the way to the sun that supports photosynthesis in plants, and also everyone along the process that allows the food to be on our plates. Jonathan shared a lot about interconnectedness in the last month. In fact, almost every single theme of our Sunday check-in will have some connections to exploring interconnectedness. We all know this concept, and each of us have different experience and possible insights on interconnectedness. Importantly, it is how this word and the corresponding routines that help us to be in a constant state of luminosity, selflessness, and awakening, instead of being pulled away by forces of negativity, ego, and ignorance. So for this week, let's share with each of us any routines that you have that you would like to develop transforming ourselves. What routines do you feel like spending some time developing, and how would you do that? What routines do you feel like you should do less of to trade off time for the other routines that you like to strengthen or develop? Over to you, Joyce.
Thank you, Joey. So we will be grouped into 3 to 4 members for the sharing and discussion section. So in the discussion, we do recommend you spending a little bit of time to get to know each other and discuss about our questions, and there will be some Zoom notifications to guide you. And also feel free to let the flow of your discussions lead you through. So our section today are guided by Metta, which is unconditional love and kindness for all sentient beings. So let us have these breakout sections to express and receive loving kindness to and from one another. Let us take some time to pause, to share, and to listen mindfully. We'll also ask you to share some of your findings with a larger group at the end of the breakout discussions. So let's go to our breakout rooms for a good discussion for today. See you all back in 15 minutes.
Welcome back. I think we have everyone back now. Fantastic. Let's practice our exercising our fingers right now. Click on the chat box. While we're getting the first few posts, our group share quite a lot of interesting routines, how they can be useful, how they can be not so useful at times. But I think that's really, really good. So Ina was sharing her routine on puzzles every day. But that gets her to read the news and then establish the empathy, to those who are suffering, to those who are having joy. So I think that's good. We're talking about social media routines that we need to either have a little bit better balance in that space at times. But there are ways that we can turn it to our advantage, like Daryl sharing that it becomes a reminder of the birthdays of his friends and give other joy by wishing them well. That becomes an enabler rather than a destruction of life. So back to the chat, more dedicated meditation. Enjoy the Johanna would like an introductory book. Oh, sorry. So that's definitely possible. We'll follow up on that request, Johanna. Walking meditation with simple chanting, let it go, everything in the mind, balance the body and mind. Yes, that's a good routine to have. That's a reminder for me as well. And all these routines are useful reminders. As we can see, the 3 R's and the 4th R from next week is intertwined. I find it difficult to pull it apart. I had to pull it apart because of the 4 weeks. But once we start to see, and together with the 5th and the 6th R's that the amazing team can come up with, we can see how all these elements are needed in every moment. So feel free to reflect them, and at the later part when we share the journal, use that journal to help you in your reflection journey. It doesn't need to be writing, it can be drawing or whatsoever. And keep your thoughts coming in for routines, your own routines, some of the routines that you like to develop in the next few weeks or few days, and so on. So, cognizant of the time, back to Joyce.
Okay, thank you, Joey. So we really hope the check-in section was helpful to you, and we hope you experience the unconditional love and compassion from this community. But for anyone who might be experiencing a greater need than what today could meet, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us with the email listed here. And you also can reach out to the professional organizations on the screen as well. So here, I'm excited to invite Joey, Liam, and Xiaomeng to brief us more about this journal template. Yeah.
So special thanks to Liam and Xiaomeng for taking the lead in developing this amazing daily practice journal for the community. I'll let them elaborate the details in the informal part of the session, but just want to highlight a couple of quotes. So one is this particular research noting that regular noting feelings of gratitude in a journal leads to increased altruism. And in a Forbes article in 2015 titled 2 Powerful Reasons to Keep a Journal, the writer shared that journaling is about thinking aloud. It makes us conscious of our internal dialogues. in no small measure, journals are tools for mindfulness. They make us more self-aware, and they make us more aware of our highest ideals. So that is the most powerful reason for all keeping a journal. So that's what they share. Hopefully this will be useful for all. And maybe we conclude the session, and then Xiao Meng and Liam could share more. Back to Joyce. Yeah.
Okay, so next we have this announcement for you, where the Senior Education Foundation Scholarship is opening now. So the deadline for application is for the second round 2022 is for 15th of April 2022. For this, thank you everyone for joining us. So before we end the section, shall we go for dedication and merits together to send love and compassion to whoever in need.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.
Thank you everyone again for joining us. I hope you all have gained fruitful insight on this second R routine. So the importance of routine practices. Thank you, Joey, for facilitate us the section. So now we will have our usual post-check-in discussions. So please stay with us if you have time. Otherwise, see you all next week again at 11 on Sunday. Have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you.